Hello, welcome to part two. It wasn't some crazy intermission. It was just something that was out of our control. We're back for
Lampard heard
part
our
two.
Mount slander.
I think it was Kazi probably because he wanted to get on with Johnny and have their third round. Yeah, but we're here, and you know what I mean. These people have been waiting a long time to get on. It'd be unfair for us to go, no, let's just go away. No, these guys are not important members of this football community, but important supporters of this channel. So that's why they are on. So we have Kai's not with us. He lives in the Czech Republic and is an hour ahead, and he's very busy at this time doing his thesis work and everything like that. And he's had a busy day, so he is taking a long rest. And it's possible we are going to do another show on Friday, which will be we'll advertise more for them on popular opinions. That's why I didn't want Johnny to go into further detail about his Mount over Pogba unpopular opinion because it's going to explode some people's heads. But let's go ahead. So, obviously, me, Marshall, and Will have had a long chat. We've already discussed our thing. Charlotte, what did you want to talk about?
I mean, let's talk about the fact that Mount had a shit game. Anyone that said Mount had a good game, no. Did you see him tackling people? I wanted him to be like the Tin Man, so after, like he can't move. Like before he was oiled up, I wanted him to be the Tin Man so he couldn't move. He was making tackles left, right, and centre, like taking out people. I was like, "Hun, you're not Suarez." And then Suarez decides to. Do you know why the Rudiger thing happened? Suarez pinched the back of his leg. But Mount was really, for me, he wasn't his best. Like those tackles he were making are rookie errors, and those are things you can't be making in a game like that. For me personally, like getting a yellow card and not being able to miss the next game is just stupid. So that was a stupid decision from Mount. Same as Jorginho. Jorginho, what the flip were you think? What the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, that's what I say. You can say the F word. It's unfiltered, so you don't have to say flip.
Getting a yellow card and missing the next game. Jorginho is actually needed. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, Kovacic and Mount, Kovacic and Kante, the last time they played, 3-0 West Brom. Fuck no. Sorry. No.
And the Southampton game.
No, please don't remind. Come on, Will. Like, I'm already like struggling. I'm already struggling with the fact there was 3-0 to West Brom. I'm really struggling with Mount and Jorginho and what was going through their brains. And if anyone tells me that Mount has a good game, they're delusional. Because you didn't see him taking people out. You didn't see him having bad tackles. Because if you didn't see that, you need to go to Specsavers, hon.
And
you need
his,
to reevaluate
his stupid decision making in the final third.
Thank you. Well, there was no decision making. He just it's always been shit. Like, this is not a surprise for me. Like, Giroud needs an actual hero status. He's not a legend. He's a hero. He comes in and saves the bloody day. That slow-mo bicycle kick was bloody beautiful. I just keep watching it and I'm like, man, like, that is a work of art. It's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it surprised me how we played. Christensen did. He actually turned up. And I mean, everyone's like, Christensen did really well. It's his fucking job. He's getting paid hundreds and thousands of pounds every week, and he's supposed to turn up. Like, light bulb moments, he's actually supposed to do that every day, just like everybody else is. So I don't get why we're praising him for turning up, because they all should be turning up. Our final third was like Werner, man. Oh. And then they decided to bring Ziyech and Pulisic on.
No, wait a minute. Ziyech played well.
I was just about to say, I was really
she's waited a long time.
Coming on. And Ziyech actually didn't do too badly, was what I was going to say before Will decided to have like a hissy fit. Like, just to clarify, Will, he didn't do too bad. As for Pulisic, I didn't even know the man was on the pitch. It was a waste of my time. He was a waste of a sub. But at least they didn't bring on Abraham. That would have been worse. That would have been Bambi on ice. You might as well just have handed them a goal. Probably Abraham would have given them a goal. I don't bloody know. I don't know, you know. All I know is that Ziyech, I'm not saying he was great or amazing, but he did his job and it didn't unimpress me. But Pulisic was missing in action. Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the Pulisic thing. Do you know what? I'm ready to sell Pulisic now. I really am. I've had enough now.
Charlotte, you've been ready for 4 weeks to sell Pulisic.
Yeah, but do you know what? I keep trying to give him chances. I really do. Because everyone's like, he's just come back from
Charlotte, he played for 15 minutes in
I
Champions
don't give a
League.
shit. If that was me and I had come back from an injury, I would have given those 15 minutes the best performance I've ever given in my life so I could start
But
in
he
the
just
next
came back
game.
from injury.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Callum Hudson-Odoi just comes back from an injury and he actually performs. He was the
So
only player
basically, on your run,
turning
you're
up.
saying that you didn't like the performance yesterday, even though you won.
No. I'm not saying that. Don't think I've said that. Wasn't impressed with Pulisic. That's all I've said negatively.
Oh, come on,
Also,
man.
Negatively, because Pulisic, tell me you noticed Pulisic on the pitch. You didn't. Okay.
He was there.
He came on for 4 minutes.
Okay. The only thing that I wasn't happy with was that realistically was the 2 yellow cards, which means Jorginho and Mount can't play next game, which in that Champions League, which I think actually is quite important.
Charlotte,
So unless you don't, Epic Nin, that's cool. Then you're probably not a real.
But
Chelsea fan.
Charlotte, you've just slagged off Mount's performance, but now you're saying he's crucial to the next game.
But he has consistency. I'm not. Yes, he made mistakes. It's a big game, but I'm going to allow him. He has been consistent this season, and I've never not said that. I don't particularly like him, but he's been consistent.
I don't even
So I
think
feel
Mount
like-
was that. Mount with his tackles, apart from that yellow card and a couple of immature moments.
There have been
I
a
don't
few
think he was that.
tackles.
I think he
There
did
were a
everything
few tackles.
right, apart from the end product. To be fair,
The
But
end
he
product
found
and the
good pockets
tackles
of
he made. He
space.
made a few tackles that were really stupid and silly.
but then
Um,
that's not the factor to downgrade the whole.
It
game.
didn't cost us the game,
I'm
though. That's why it's, you know.
I'm not. But that's the problem. I'm not downgrading the game. I actually think it was a great game. I was really impressed with our overall performance. I'm not saying that at all. Like I was buzzing. Like just to clarify, I was actually buzzing about our overall performance. Like you guys, like Will, you were on the stream, so was Andrew. Like I was buzzing. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually was. Like it's not like
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed, but now I've had time to think about it. I can now see that there was a few issues. I mean, tell me Jorginho's not important in the next game. Tell me.
You know
Yeah,
what's
it
so?
is.
You know
Yeah,
what's
it is.
so?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what's so ironic? It's we make these streams the day after the game so that we don't have reactionary opinions, and like
I
Charlotte,
think
you
to
had a
be-
chance to think about it, and
Yeah,
you're
I
it's
think
like
to be-
we're getting a reactionary
But
opinion.
Marshall, if you go onto Charlotte's channel and speak to it, she has said it on other channels as well.
Mhm.
Right. This is some.
Oh, Charlotte's
I just-
consistent. I just think
Pulisic
that
needs. Yeah, I think. But for Charlotte, I think Pulisic needs to.
yeah.
He needs to actually stay injury free for.
No,
to
and
start
I've
playing.
always,
But
I've always
Hudson-Odoi-
defended Charlotte when it comes to the whole, the whole Pulisic thing, because let's get it right. Like, there's no point in having a player who's constantly injured. Only if you're gonna pretend like you're just gonna remember his amazing moments. Like, we need someone that can perform when we need them to perform. And there are games where we need Pulisic, we don't have him, and I get that completely. I'm not trying to sell him now. I'll give him a chance when he's in good form under a new manager.
I'm willing to give him to the end of the season because
I'll
I
give
feel
him to
like
the end of next season.
No,
Because
do you know
this
what?
season's
Do you
not
know
really
why?
fair, considering
No,
Lampard.
you know
and all.
why? Because I want to see if the end of the season, if he gets another injury. If he gets another injury, I want
He's
to
going to
sell
get
him.
another injury, though.
but this
Every
is my
player will
point,
get
like,
another injury before
It's
the end of next
frustrating
year.
for me because he got an injury just before the Champions League. Like he's getting injuries at really inconvenient times when we need him the most. And I've never said he is a bad player. Never.
Wait, Charlotte, you said
I
that he's
agree
always
with that.
injured when we. When you say he's injured when we need him the most, I don't really think you rate him as a player anyway. Because when he does play for 10 minutes, you criticise him.
Because he's not
Yeah.
turning up.
But
If it was
you
the Pulisic we knew,
It's 10 minutes.
Hudson-Odoi, No,
It's 10 minutes.
It's in. There's different
Yeah, but
spells in the game. Wait.
Hang on, let each other finish.
With Pulisic and with players in general, there's spells in the game. You're not going to dominate a game from 0 to 90. There's going to be spells where you're the aggressor, and then there's going to be other moments in the game where the opposition is the aggressor. There's different moments in the game which performance is going to be different. You can't tell me anyone bar the centre backs yesterday were on it from minute 0 to 90. Even if it was after the first 20 minutes and they all stepped up, you can't tell me from 0 to 90 any player. I don't even think not even just yesterday, in games in general, that no one is always at the top of their game for a whole 90 minutes. It's impossible.
Can we just bring this comment up again?
Which one?
The one that says you give Pulisic to the end of the season, lol. He's like 20. Yeah, he's 23. He's 23. He's 23.
He was 20 when we signed him.
Oh,
when
so
he was 20. So I think he's 22.
So this is my problem.
Whatever, he's early 20s.
So he's 20, early 20s, 22, 23, we'll call it. So he's had 20 injuries in his football career. He has been out for over 60% of the time we've had him. And you want to keep him and a player that's injury prone. I'm not saying he's a bad player. What I'm saying is I don't want a player that's injury prone. So if you want that, that's cool. You go ahead. But I can't deal with this anymore. Like, I've had enough. Like, Hudson-Odoi actually has been out, but has been playing for the majority of the season. Like this, if we want to look at this season itself, let's just talk about this season. We're like nearly 3/4 of the way through, yeah? So this season, Pulisic has been out for nearly 80% of the season. Nearly 80%. I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me. And if me saying that that's not good enough, then you guys don't have if anyone disagrees with that, for me,
I do have standards.
No, I get that, but I want a player that actually plays like at least 80% of the game. Is not injured for 80% of the season. Okay. That's my point.
Well, how much does he cut? How much did you buy him?
With the standards debate,
hang on. Sorry, Will. What was that opinion? What did you say?
I said, how much did you pay him for?
57, wasn't it? 57?
Yeah.
57
well, you only get like 20 million with his injury record. That's what
I disagree. There's reports, and I don't know how true they are, but there are reports that Bayern Munich are looking at him and they're willing to pay 72 million for him.
Come on, man, that is overpriced, man. They wouldn't in their right mind to pay that 72 million.
It wouldn't be 72 million up front. It wouldn't be 72 million up front. It'd probably be in payment.
Real quick. I just need to debunk something here.
Yeah.
How many Premier League games have we had so far? We're on 27, 29?
25.
We're on 25?
Yeah.
Pulisic has played in 15 matches. So you're already saying 80%? No, he's played more than half the games in our Premier League. So he hasn't been injured the whole season like you're making it seem, Charlotte. Let's get that straight. Secondly, like I said before,
you'll respond. I'll get you to respond. Don't worry. I'll get you to respond.
Like I said before, and I totally get your argument, Charlotte. I totally do. Like you simply just don't want someone who is injury prone, which I totally understand where you're coming from with that. But let's get it straight. And I said this before to you, and I'm going to say it again to people who are new to this argument, is that when Pulisic was in form, we were under A, Lampard, B, our worst form, and C, pretty much our worst form again. Like none of our players turned up. So, and we had a tough run of matches too. Man City, Everton, I hate to say it, Arsenal. You know, it wasn't. It didn't make them look good. So I think you're being a little too harsh on him, saying that you want to get rid of him now.
And Marshall, may I add to your point before Charlotte responds? May I add to your point? You know, imagine in that run of 6 games that Pulisic was playing well, but the rest of the team was shit. I shouldn't really compare it to it, but this just proves that goals and assists completely trick people into thinking a player's good or a player's bad. Because if that was Mason Mount playing well when everyone else was playing badly, he would be praising Mount like he's the best player in the world.
And to that point, just supporting Will's fact about if you're basing it off goals and assists, then you would rate Tammy. And we know Tammy's goals are not that spectacular. If anything, he was just in the right place at the right time, which, all right, that's good, but we need more than that from a player. So
go, Charlotte, go.
Just to clarify, never rated Abraham. Everyone knows that. I call him Bambi on ice.
I hope you don't.
Fact. Secondly, I'm not just talking about Premier League games. I'm talking about FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Champions League. These are all things that Pulisic needed to turn up, and
he scored in what he played in 2 and scored in 1.
And if you look at all the games there, then it is near enough my total, and I am right. Like, because it's all those games. Like, it's not just Like the Premier League is big, but so's the Champions League, so was the Carabao Cup, so's the FA Cup. These are all important things. These are cup opportunities that we actually need him in. Like and
I mean,
no, I'm sorry, I'm not even going to play this. Like we all keep saying, like, oh, keep him to the end of the season. But you know what? You're going to get to next season, and you're all going to have kept him, and he's going to be out injured again, and everyone's going to be like, actually, Charles, you were right, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I get to say I told you so.
But you're not going to
And
be
that's-
right because I know that he is injury prone. We all do, and we know he's going to miss a part of the season. But he's
Yeah, but
that
this is
level
my
of
point.
he's that level of player that we.
well,
need
it's just
to-
preference at this point,
But
Will. You
just to
know,
clarify-
she doesn't want injury prone, and we don't mind her as
well,
injury
the
That's
whole-
prone.
not
Wait,
my
wait,
point.
wait.
That's
Hang
not
on.
my point.
I just wanted to say one
When
more
you
thing.
guys,
I just want to address one of your points about the Champions League. He had 3 appearances in the group stage and got a goal on the
Four
sixth.
Four
then.
appearances.
4 appearances. I'm thinking off the top of my head. I thought it was 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's 4 appearances, 1 goal, 1 yellow.
Without deep diving
Yeah, but-
into each appearance, I don't think he started everyone, right? He's
Yeah,
sort
but
of
this
like,
isn't-
Maybe.
He
yeah,
started against
this is-
Sevilla and
but this is
Krasnodar.
my
I know for
point,
sure.
like,
yeah. Go on, Charlotte.
Look,
Go on.
at the end, so if we're talking about the season from September to December, he's injured end of September. It was end of September he was injured? I
He
believe
didn't start the
so.
season, right? I think, yeah. he
Yeah,
might
so
have done,
yes, he was injured until like
Yeah.
November,
yeah.
I believe.
No,
it
maybe.
was November.
Maybe.
It was-
no,
it was like-
what you
I
might
don't
be
remember.
thinking of, Charlotte, what you might be thinking of is not like a massive injury, but like a few of them put together. So,
Yeah.
You know, yes, that's, yeah, I know what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, if you look at that period of time,
Yeah.
how much injury time? How many games did he play during that period in any
True.
of the leagues? Like,
True.
it wasn't that many. Like, let's be honest. Like,
I
it
think
wasn't.
you just
It
don't
wasn't
remember
enough.
him playing because he didn't get goals and assists in it.
No, that's not
It's
even
possible.
that. I don't care. I've said he has great moments.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
said that
yeah.
he makes things and he's good. But I'm sorry, I can't deal with the fact that we have to tolerate with him being injured all this time. It's not great, and everyone can make these excuses. He was under the wrong management. Callum Hudson-Odoi came back from
And
a really
he
shitty
he took a
No,
long
wait.
time to get into form.
Can you hold on?
Time.
Hold on.
Will.
This
Yeah,
season, who turned up when Lampard was killing a team? Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah.
Who didn't turn up? Pulisic. Pulisic had a
Pulisic was
chance.
great. No.
No.
Pulisic was
Hold
great.
on. Hold on.
Well, no, Will, I'll get you to respond after Charlotte's
Pulisic
finished, okay?
had a chance. Pulisic had moments. There was moments where you see the odd spurt, but it wasn't like the old Pulisic that we saw last season. Let's be clear on that. It hasn't been up to that standard. Yes, there's been moments, but they haven't been up to the standard of last season. And they haven't. And the fact is that I'm not seeing consistency. I want to see consistency. I want to be like, yeah, let's chuck Pulisic on the starting 11, but I don't want him in the starting 11. For me, he hasn't earned that yet. I need to see consistency. I haven't seen this consistency.
All right. Now, we'll respond, and then I think we need to move on Pulisic because that might,
Yeah.
we might need to
Because
have
we're
an
not-
own show between Will and Charlotte about it.
I think
But
it's I think it's a myth.
Hang on, Will. I want Will to go, and then I want real Chris to talk what he wants to talk about.
I think it was a little bit of a myth that Pulisic did not perform in the games where Lampard was killing our team. If you look at the game against Arsenal, by far our best attacking player, had
Man City.
nothing to work with. Man City didn't play as good as what we wanted him to be.
He
all
was
the
our
time.
biggest chance creator, though.
Yeah, against Villa, literally dribbled past 2 players, passed it to Chilwell. It was a pre-assist. It was a pre-assist. It was just people don't remember these things because he didn't get goals or assists. And I completely disagree that Pulisic is a moments player. I think it's the complete opposite. Players like Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, they are moments players. They are players that can have bad games, that step up in key little moments in the game, which get their stats up and make their goals and assists, make them look like very, very good players. Pulisic is the complete opposite. He's involved when he has a good game. He's involved in the whole game, even when he's not scoring or assisting. His progressive dribbles are fantastic. He can create chances. His passing's very good. He's a very good player, and he's a prime example of goals and assists. Just brainwash people these days, and without goals and assists, no one remembers it. That's just all I've got
Again,
to say.
I'm not saying it's about goals and assists. I'm just saying.
But
it's
it
about
is because I've just stated
consistency.
3
No,
moments where Lampard was killing our team, where he played well, but he
It's
didn't get a goal and assist. So no
Yeah,
one remembers it.
I've said he had. Did I not just say a minute ago that he had moments?
But
during the
moment,
season?
he's
They
not a
just
moments
have.
player,
They
though.
just.
But he's not
They
a
just
moments
have.
player.
No. They just haven't been up to the standard. Secondly, let's be clear now. Like, just because he hasn't got any goals, I've said he's a great player. Last season, he was great for me. Like, he didn't do anything wrong. It's this injury thing that's killing me, and him not being able to bounce back from these injuries. That is my problem.
But you're not giving him
Nothing
time.
else.
Okay.
No.
Before you
I'm
go
not-
to me,
Guys,
I'm going to the toilet.
Hang on. Yeah, okay. But let me okay.
Sorry.
No. What I want to do, because this could go round and round. What we might need to do is actually move this to Friday, another section of that show where you can have a back and forth, but not
That's going to be
like
the
we've been
banter
doing
show.
here. One responds the other, and let's do that. We'll definitely do that, Charlotte, if you're up for it Friday.
And
Yeah,
for the
definitely.
unpopular opinion show, if everyone we know that's coming on, can everyone tell us their unpopular opinions? Because I'm preparing for that fucking debate.
Yeah, and I'm not, and whoever's listening, and their unpopular opinions. If we don't get to that, we will get to that. We're not going to be a ridiculous 4 or 5 hour stream.
Andrew, with the unpopular opinion stream, can we do it like it's like sort of a closed panel, but it's not at the same time? So if people want to call in, message the No Filter account. We'll give you the link before, and you can wait in the background, and then it'll be like a call in, but it'll be decided before we start the show.
I think for Friday, one of the ones to kick off is obviously Charlotte's. I think because Pulisic, I think it's maybe half and half with Pulisic because of injuries, but obviously you two disagree about that.
Guys, I'll be back in a second. My dog's barking. Sorry.
Epic Nin, mate. What do you want to talk about? Epic, or is he gone? Hello.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. One second.
All right, Epic. What do you want to talk about, mate?
I was gonna say my I'll talk about it when we have this show, but my unpopular opinion is Haaland. I don't think Haaland justifies his price tag. That's my
that is an unpopular opinion. Save that for Friday.
It's actually quite a good opinion, though, in a sense. I sort of understand where he's coming from.
Andrew? Is it safe to say that for Friday it doesn't have to be exclusively an unpopular opinion about Chelsea?
Not
it can be
Chelsea, because my one. I'm just going to do it until I finally convince people.
Andrew, don't say it. We need to wait.
No, but I think you know what it is, and I've been saying it for.
We know what it is. You guys know what mine is.
Epic Nin, can you give us why you think that is without spoiling it when you come on Friday?
I'll just give a hint of it. Age.
Yeah, give a hint of it. Yeah.
Age.
Okay.
Age. Okay.
Let's talk about oh man, this is just bonkers. I think we've gone over. I'm going to add the views of this together, so we've gone over 100 views with the two videos.
100? Do you mean 1,000? Do you mean 1,000 views?
Oh, sorry, not views.
He means likes. He means likes.
Yeah. Real Chris, what did you want to talk about, mate? Because you've been waiting for a very long time. You're a big supporter. You're a mod. What do you want to talk about? Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of things I will say about transfers for next season. Is one of them, but Kazi guy, has he spoke highly of any Chelsea player yet, or has he just spoken negatively from one?
I think he did say he liked Werner. It's just that he's not turning up.
Okay. I was just wondering, and about Tuchel with Hudson-Odoi as well, like how he subbed him off and all that, but like. He got Hudson-Odoi firing up for Atletico Madrid. I think that's a smart move now because it got us to me, Hudson-Odoi was like probably the best performer on the pitch to me, but I'm not sure what you guys think he was.
Best performer. Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
I think me, Marshall, and Will are in probably agreement maybe that we think one or two of the defenders were best players. Marshall, would you agree that? Would you agree?
Christensen, for sure.
Yeah,
I say
the Danish
one of them.
Maldini. So you know.
Yeah, I agree with
you know
you.
what?
They put up a fight. Like, to be honest, like
I'm
they
actually
Not gonna
really
lie,
impressed.
when
They
when
impressed
Kai
me, to be
said
honest. I'm not gonna lie.
I've been.
I
when-
thought I literally when I
Yeah.
saw the lineup,
Yeah.
I literally I wasn't sure because of the way we turned up against Southampton. I wasn't sure how it was going to work, and we hadn't got Thiago Silva back, which was a disappointment. But they impressed me so much. They turned up, they did their job, and they did their job so well. Like Christensen, where praise is praised you, and I'm not a big fan of Christensen, but for me personally, he turned up and did his job, and he was great. So I can't fault him.
With Christensen, I'm sort of glad that in the last month or so, I've sort of I went back and looked at Christensen's performances because I heard a small minority of the fan base say, look at him individually. Apart from the Liverpool game, he's actually a very good technical player. So I went back and looked at the performances, and if you go back and watch him in games where our whole team wasn't good, he actually did nothing wrong and was quite composed, had a good performance overall. So I've sort of not seen the light as such, but I've sort of changed my opinion on Christensen a little bit in a way. I don't think he's a perfect defender, and I don't think maybe he's even good enough to start in a title-challenging team. But I think he probably is. He's. There's got to be a case that he's probably our second best centre back. There's got to be a case. If he is, that's another debate. But yeah,
What do
I
you
have
think,
a follow up to
Chris?
that.
Yeah, go on, mate.
You know about Christian, like how well he's doing at three at the back. Do you think he'd keep that form if we go to four at the back next season? Any of you?
It's so difficult.
It's
It's
so
hard.
hard.
It's a hard one.
I really
because
hope.
I do like him, but do you think he can keep his form? Build confidence, basically.
Silva, I'm not sure if Thiago Silva and Christensen are the best partnership to use in the world. If we got, but then I can't even say Christensen's been bad in the air this year. There's been a couple moments where he has been, but apart from an odd moment here and there, has he been that bad in the air? His statistics in the air are very good this season, and on the ground, both good.
Well,
So
if you think
difficult.
about it, yesterday, as I said to you guys in the part one video, I think yesterday's game suited him because those types of strikers are not physical like that. So he's able
They're very
to
technical.
Exactly, they're very technical. So that actually probably suits him better. Now that pairing, I do not want against a physical striker because they're too weak. If he's with Thiago Silva or Kurt Zuma in a 2, I have no issues at the moment. But going forward, I really don't know. I mean, I don't know if we can predict anything about Thomas Tuchel at the moment, who he likes, who he doesn't like, or anything like that.
That comment from CFCRS, and I've always said this to Christensen, even when I've criticised him highly, and I've even written him off at times, he has very good potential. Out of all our centre backs, if you look
But
at
to
talent,
be the best in the world, I was going to say
I didn't
CSCRS.
read
You better be able to back that up, bro.
I didn't see the best in the world bit. I just saw
Kimpembe's over in France pumping his chest right now, bro. You can't be saying that kind of stuff.
Christensen, I was going to say, Christensen. I think Christensen is a good player in the 3, but I don't think he's good as a 2 and in the back 4. Otherwise,
it's so hard to say, man.
He's useless. So is he the centre back who goes right in the centre that carries up the ball?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Actually, yeah, I get it.
Hang on, Epic Nin. I'm going to just put you in the background because I want to bring Hassan on because we've been waiting for a while. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, don't worry, Andrew. Don't worry. I'm going to go, so you can just bring
Charlotte,
one
I'll message you about Friday. Probably go on the same time, about 8:30 or something.
I got a question for all of you anyway.
I'll message you anyway. So if you're not free at the time, but you're free later at that
we
time.
might have to. I'm literally doing 3 streams in one night. I literally do GNA Women's, and then at 9 o'clock I've got Kendall's. So
Okay.
I finished at like 8:30. So if we can do
okay,
like
let's do this. If you can't make it this week, we'll definitely set it. We'll set it up some other time as well. So
I
we
should
might
be
do
able
like
to
an
do it.
extra show.
If you're doing it in like the first half an hour of the Pulisic debate, I'll be able to do it. So it's not.
Okay, we'll do that then. Yeah,
with
Will,
the
you okay with
unpopular
that?
opinions, we're going to try and do this weekly as well. Unpopular opinions.
Yeah, so if you don't get your opinion in this week, we'll get
I
it in
got an
next week
unpopular
and so
opinion
on.
for Kai. I got an unpopular opinion for Kai.
No, you saved that, Chris, because
there
you
you
say
go.
that one.
Anyway, guys, I will speak to you
I'm gonna
later.
get
Thank you,
kicked.
Charlotte.
Peace out,
Bye.
Charlotte.
See you later.
Let's add Hassan because he's been waiting very patiently. Hello, Hassan.
Wait.
You okay?
Wait, Andrew, sorry. Do you want to drop the link in the chat for other people that want to come in?
Yeah, sure. Let me just.
Yeah, true. I'm sure there's some people we didn't get to. Slen's in the chat. What's up, Slens?
Slens, if you can come in for 2 seconds, if you want to come in, you can.
Yeah, I think
Feel
he's
free.
messaging me right now. So, Hassan, mate, you've been waiting very patiently. Thank you very much, bro. What do you want to speak about?
I mean, yeah, no worries, man. But anyway, I mean, I was just gonna comment on quite a few things, really. One is yesterday's game. I feel like Christensen played well, despite a lot of people like criticizing him. And like, obviously in GNA TV, if you watch it, they call him Krusty the Clown and all that. Like,
Krusty,
a lot of people, exactly. So he's played quite well, and honestly, I feel like he's just revived his Chelsea career at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, and yesterday as well, I think the whole team played well from keeper to back, from keeper to striker. They all played as a team, and I to be honest, I expected a 1 or 2-0 win because it's Diego Simeone. Like, if you don't score until the 80th, 90th minute, they're just gonna do a smash and grab against you. And I mean, Giroud's goal, what can you say? It's world class. It takes a world class goal to be a world class keeper. Like Oblak, I've always rated Oblak, and in my opinion, Oblak is currently the best keeper in the world. So, for Giroud to beat him is quite good. But yeah, I mean, the next few weeks are going to be quite difficult, and
the gauntlet, as I call it. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Hassan. I mean, I can't believe the games we've got in between the two legs is insane, absolutely insane, and that's just over 3 weeks. You've got United, Liverpool, Everton, Leeds, and I think it's the second leg or it's the quarterfinal FA Cup. But
guys, are we playing on Sunday? We're playing United, and then on Thursday we're playing Liverpool,
right? And then Monday's Everton.
God,
and then Saturday's
we've got
Leeds.
some great games.
Trust me, the one we'll lose will be Everton. That'll be the game.
Stop.
You know what?
Stop. If I hit the post twice again in one game, I'm quitting.
I think on your older stream, I was watching some of it. He said, "Listen, we're gonna have a loss on those games, and what we need to do is we need to react in the right way. Like, let's not go overboard, man. Because if we win all those games, then listen, like, that's serious contention. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I
got a question for you guys.
Go on, hang on, Hassan. I just want to say something. If we lose to Leeds, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Andrew's going to be done
because I just don't. I think they're easy to. I mean, if Frank can pick them off, then I think Thomas Tuchel's could stand a chance to smash them.
Guys, if we lose to Leeds, I'm officially announcing that me and Will be hosting No Filter Football.
Chris,
from now
you can
on.
call me Andrew, mate. You can call me Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah. I said that too. You know, on Indiana, I think it's Indiana's channel. I said a while back, Ford. I called Leeds Ford. I can't lose them.
All right, Slens, what did you want to talk about, mate?
I mean, you know what? You were talking about unpopular opinions, man. It's about Leeds for me, man. Listen, here's my thing about Leeds, right?
That's mine. How dare you steal mine? That's my opinion. How dare you steal mine?
I'm not going to tell.
We might have a different opinion, though.
All right, go ahead.
No, but for me, I understand there's a historical hatred, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, I understand the media kind of overhype Leeds. But my opinion is that, honestly speaking, man, when it comes to Leeds, I look at them and they're above Arsenal, I believe. They have more wins than Arsenal. They're a newly promoted team, yeah.
Not saying much.
Listen, they're playing
I'm
this.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just bantering.
Yeah, it's true. No, you're right. It's true, man. I couldn't listen. I'll support Arsenal with you, man. We can go all night with Arsenal, man. No problem. But honestly, but you know what? When it comes to them, I think it's impressive what they're doing, and I understand the hatred. But I kind of am impressed with Bielsa. Like, do you know what? They have they have a lot of championship players in their squad, their first 11, and what they're doing is impressive. I know I'm about to get removed. I'm about to get removed by Andrew.
I saw the look Andrew gave you. Oh man!
You know, with Leeds, yeah, I agree with you in the sense of Bielsa. Bielsa himself should not get disrespected for what he's done for football and how he sort of revolutionised the game with Ralph Ragnick in '98 and whatever, and how he sort of changed the way people press in Europe and etc. Leeds itself.
Will, can I ask you a question? How do you know what happened in '98?
I like watching videos about football pretty much. I like
Will, I tell you what Will is I've just realised now, Will is me when I was his age. And I was obsessed with everything football. And then life. Don't worry, Will. Life will happen to you after the pandemic. But,
man. I'm still the same.
Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. But Will's. It's a healthy subject to get into, Will. So you're good.
Yeah.
I'm not going
to.
It
was actually Ralph Ragnick in '98. Okay. But yeah,
I'm not going to respond to Slens because I'll give away my own thing for that. But no, I understand. Do I?
It's impressive.
Who had a question?
Can I just,
the question.
Sorry, go on, bro. Go on. You've been waiting.
I was gonna say, I know it's tough my buck this keeper, but is Edouard Mendy the right guy for you guys for long term?
Slens, do you want to take that?
I'm very glad you asked that because I was gonna.
Could I go on further? I know, he's got everything better than Kepa, but there's one issue I was always suspected of, from day one, and that's what's stopping him from being a elite keeper. That's his one-on-one decisions. Like, it's very shaky, in my opinion, his one-on-ones. That's what I think is stopping him from being like the Oblak, the Stegen, the Edison. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he's a good keeper, but that one-on-one decision-making is just...
Yeah.
Sorry, before I let Slens go, the other thing that was full-blown view last night was the man does not have a left foot. Go ahead, Slens.
Yeah, I told you on the stream, Well, here's what I'll say. I'll back off from Hassan, actually, because he's talking about keepers. Now, I think if you look at Mendy, his age is 28 years old. We bought him for less than 20 million. Was it 20 million, something like that?
Yeah, something.
25 million. I know from the board I can see that this is not a long-term replacement or not a long-term solution. So my unpopular opinion when it comes to Chelsea is this. There's a certain Belgian keeper who plays for Real Madrid.
Oh my God. Yes. No.
You should have said that should have been your unpopular opinion.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with Courtois? The exact same.
He's a fucking snake. That's what's wrong with him. If he wants to play in Real Madrid, he can stay in Real Madrid.
My opinion is that, listen, I do not think it will happen, right? Because he's at Madrid. He seems settled. He obviously wanted to go there in the first place. But if there was a chance to sign him back, sir, I would sign him back.
Exactly.
I think he's dominant in the air.
Oh my God, I remember.
Can I?
If he wants to come back to Chelsea, he can clean the toilets.
Do you remember when he used to claim them crosses from corners? Yeah. Oh my God,
I think he's improved. He's improved with his feet at Madrid. His distribution is very impressive.
He's world class.
I would take him back. I would take him. He's one of the best keepers in the world. I know he's been a snake.
I'm just gonna get. Well, I'm stupid. I need to get a pen and paper. These unpopular ones and who disagrees as well. Because
we employed Benitez in our club. Don't forget that, Benitez, someone who came out and spoke about a club. So I don't think there is this like behavior.
And also, there was a load of fans.
Can I answer to that Courtois thing?
And Kavkas as well, obviously a friend of the channel that comes on. I think he wanted Brendan Rodgers, and he said things about Chelsea in the past. He's like, does it really matter? Like,
I don't care.
Exactly. So we got Hazard left Madrid, and no one gives a shit.
I will personally learn Russian to write Roman a letter, completely detesting this decision. I'll learn I'll learn French so that I can write a letter to Marina and be like, "Don't allow these pests back in our club."
Okay, I'll speak French. I'll help you out. What do you need?
All right, thanks,
I will
bro.
say about the Courtois thing.
You're gonna have me say the wrong thing. It's like, oh, I love Courtois, bring him back.
Go on,
Guys, I got another question for
Yeah,
you.
you
Hang on,
know.
let Chris,
So
speak
wait,
about Courtois.
are you saying we're rumored to get Courtois? Because I ain't seen it fair.
No, we're
No,
not.
no.
We're
There's
not.
no
We're
rumors.
just
I'm
playing
saying
it.
I
there's an
thought you
option.
saying
If
was
there's an
rumored of
option.
him.
No,
Okay.
no.
Well, I
No,
was
no,
gonna say,
no.
would he really return back to England since he left England for his
Probably
kids?
not. Probably not.
That's
I'm
what his
sorry.
big fuss was
My
about.
scenario is based on fantasy. It's just
Yeah.
Guys,
Can I address
I
I got a
thought you were
question.
talking about transfer.
May I address a comment about Varane and with Varane? And I don't.
Oh yeah,
I think
let's address that because that's been asked a few times.
he's too disrespected. He's too disrespected where people call him shit. He's not a shit centre back. You're not a shit centre back if you won all them titles. I know you could say next to Ramos, but the World Cup obviously shows he was without Ramos. I saw him tonight, and from what I saw tonight, he was very, very good. And I know obviously that it's one game in Europe to go off of, but if you look at his performances at Madrid, I don't think he's world class. But he'd be a very big upgrade on what we have, in my opinion. But
What,
I
you think
don't think.
Courtois not world class?
Sorry,
You're talking about Courtois? Sorry, I
I'm
lost
talking
you
about
there.
Varane. I'm talking about
Oh,
Varane.
sorry, my mind went. Yeah, Varane, of course.
I don't think Varane is world class, but I think he'd be a big upgrade on what we have.
Hold on. Oof, that's unpopular, mate. But Varane.
Listen, simply said, and
Wait.
I just
Wait. Sorry, Marshall. Wait, are you talking about Varane? I said I don't think he's world class. Is that unpopular?
Of course he is, man. Come on.
You think Varane's world class?
I don't know if that is,
I
Sam.
say yes or
I don't
no.
know. I
Because
don't
the
know if
form
that
was
is.
I think he's
after
a
last.
good defender. I think he's
Here's what I'll say.
a good defender.
Let me answer to you. I think he's shown over the years that he has been, but just like Kante, his levels are dropping. I don't think he's at a world class level, but I don't think he's washed because he's quite young.
I don't think he's washed.
Guys,
either.
I got a question
Yeah,
about the defending and all that. What did you guys think of the Upamecano and the links that we were with?
we dodged the bullet.
Personally,
Yeah, we dodged the bullet.
Personally-
Massive bullet.
yeah, but personally for me, like I know you guys might disagree. I think he's kind of slightly overrated in my opinion.
Oh.
Like
Yes,
I
he
think
is.
I think he's basically like Christensen, but with hype. Like the Prem will just expose him. In my opinion, I think the Prem will expose him like the
Do you
top.
know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see where he is in 5 years' time. I'd like to see where he
Yeah.
is. That's what I'd like to see.
I think it's a really.
He's very young. He's
easy
20, right?
move for him.
2021?
He's 22.
2021? 21. Okay, so I'd
Guys,
like
with
to
all due respect to everyone, I think I want to hear Will's opinion because I do feel like he's watched a lot of games.
Yeah. He's right.
Yeah, I do.
Go
I have
ahead,
watched a
Will.
lot of games.
The thing about us is that we've watched two Champions League ties against United and against Liverpool. And listen, I understand it's a big game and he didn't show up, but at the same time, I'm very wary of making a judgment based on that.
Yeah,
because for all we know, he could have had an absolute amazing game against Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, but we haven't watched it because we don't watch these games.
yeah, exactly. And may I add, you know the Liverpool game?
No, you can't.
You know the Liverpool game. The overreaction to that performance was I think over the top. He's not a shit centre back. He is a decent prospect, as in he has potential to be a good centre back, but I think that league and the system he's in suits him and benefits him so much. If he makes an error, you've got a sweeper sort of people like Galaski behind him. You've got Mukiele. You've got players like Kanate that can cover for him. He is very hit and miss. He can either have a very good game or he can have a really bad game. He makes a lot of errors. He has them lapses in concentration, which in the Premier League people would expose and take advantage.
Will, can I ask you a question? Do you think those errors, right? So if you look at Van Dijk, right, the reason I compare Van Dijk and Upamecano is because I believe their high line defensively from Leipzig and Liverpool are very similar. I think when you're a high line defender, mistakes they're very highlighted. Reason being is that if you make a mistake, usually the attacker is through on goal because you're so high up. Now I think Upamecano and Van Dijk have something in common. I've seen Van Dijk make a lot of mistakes, like not a lot of mistakes before I get killed. I've seen him make some mistakes that put the player through on goal. And I believe it's not that he's a bad defender. Van Dijk is one of the best in the world. I think those mistakes they're highlighted a lot because you're playing a high line and the attacker always goes past you, goes through on goal. So I think that's what happened with Upamecano versus Liverpool and versus United. He's playing a high line and he makes a mistake, and the plays are through. Rashford or Salah or Mane were through.
I get what you're saying. I just think he's too mistake prone for what we need at the moment. We don't need a centre back which is not levels above what we already have. We need a centre back that is levels above what we that's the sort of centre back we need. Is Upamecano better than Rudiger? Yes. Is he better than Zuma? Yes. Is he even better than Christensen? You could argue it, but is he miles better? And can you see a clear difference? No. And that's for me. That's for me. Is the main decider.
Real quick on the whole Varane thing, just to give a perspective on where people are coming from with this whole like he's garbage and all that kind of shit. And I'm trying my best to like at first I came at it with that attitude because of the season he's having. Let's get it right. Varane has scored 3 or 4 own goals this season. He's been poor this season. But the way I'm trying to look at it is that look at the history of this player, and let's be honest too. Let's not pretend like players, even at the highest level, Pogba's, Alisson's, they don't go through rough patches. So I think right now Varane, for people who are saying that they don't rate Varane or Varane is not that great, you got to take it to mind. He's probably going through a really rough patch in his career right now, where he's lacking some confidence. He doesn't do well without Ramos to back him up, whatever it may be. When you see him play at the national level, he steps up. I feel like, and that's why I've opened up about Varane. I feel like if he does come to Chelsea, he'll step up. He'll be cool and he'll be world class. And I think we should be more open about that and not just focus on the bad games he's having this season.
With Varane,
I have a question for Abdi.
Sorry, Chris. I know you want to ask. Can I just say?
You say your thing.
Yeah, Stengs, you compared it to how Kante sort of declined in a way. I think it's slightly different, as in Kante, you've always had to play to his strengths in that sense. For me, you could argue every player is sort of a system player in a way. You've got to play to their strengths. You've got to get the best out of your team. But with Kante, you've got to play a Matic type player alongside of him to get the best out of him. For me, with Varane, it's slightly different. He's this season and in big games like in the Champions League, he's not been at his best. But for me, with Varane, you've got to look at his ability. And I know you can agree with me that you think Varane would be a good signing. You've got to look at his ability over performances. That's how I try and judge who we should sign.
Well, can I ask you a question about Varane? When it comes to me signing up for Chelsea, I know it's not my money, but I do think it's about the transfer fee for me. Like if it's an inflated one, I don't believe...
It won't be that much.
I wouldn't want him. But can I just say, I know Chris wants to answer a question, but before you do, quickly about Varane, I think the problem with him and every single Madrid player who's in the starting lineup for me, I think that we're seeing a decline because the whole team is declining, bro. Like, if we're looking at the whole team, Madrid, from 3-4 years ago, it's a massive decline. Like, it hasn't been projected.
And it's what happens when you don't rebuild at key times. It's what could happen to Liverpool.
I have
a question for Abdi.
Yeah, Chris, go on, Chris.
Well, a question for Abdi and comments as well if they want. If you could pick any centre-back in the world, it doesn't have to be, like, obviously realistic, to have at Chelsea, who would you have? I would have Varane now.
Who, sorry? Who?
I would have Varane.
Okay. I'll take Van Dijk, bro. Van Dijk. Come on. Surely.
I didn't think about Van Dijk fair, but I'm going to stick with Varane because he's younger.
Go for... We do need a left-footed centre-back. I would go for Kimpembe if we're looking at a left-footed centre-back. Or I'd go for... If you're looking at other centre-back... If you're looking at other left-footed centre-back options, from what I haven't seen him too much, but from when I have seen him, it's been very good. I'd maybe look at Sven Botman. He looks like a very good talent.
Yeah.
Right-sided centre-back, I'd probably go for Marquinhos.
Can I just say something?
Andrew, sorry, one more.
Okay.
For another left-footed centre-back, Romagnoli. One of them three.
Can I say something that's really bothering me, and it might just be my age, but left-footed, right-footed centre back. John Terry played on the left for about 15 years, and he was right-footed. Right, he did use his left, bear in mind, but he was majority right-footed. I'm so sick of this. Oh, we need a left-footed one. All right, it would help, but you know what? If he's a good enough defender, just stick him in there. I don't care.
Agree with that, Andrew,
Do you know what I mean? It's just
let me reply to you.
that's a flimsy excuse for me.
With certain centre backs, like when you've got a centre back on the level of Van Dijk, Thiago Silva, I don't think it matters as much. But when you've got centre backs that are slightly a level below, I think it just helps. And I'm not saying that we necessarily need one of each foot. I'm just saying I think it would be beneficial, and I think it would help us.
Well, Andrew, because when it comes to your point, I was trying to respond to you, but when it comes to your point about left-footed centre backs, now number one, if you use John Terry as a litmus test, then you're in trouble because that's the greatest of all time in the Premier League. So you can't use him as an example, bro. It's the what everyone wants to reach. But I think
okay, I got one for you, Slens. I got one for you.
Yeah.
When we played three in the back under Conte, I think Cahill played the left-hand side of that three, right? Yeah. He's not left-footed, and I wouldn't say he's the best either.
That's if you play a free to back part. The problem is that listen, when you have a left centre back, bro, unfortunately, the way the game works nowadays is that because there's such fine margins and such like tactics of such fine margins, it does open up on the left side of the pitch, man. That's the thing. Eventually, because we can't. I'm looking at Maguire, right? Maguire at United is a big problem because what Maguire does most times, he's a left-footed centre back. Yeah. He's right-footed, but he always goes back to his right foot.
Yeah.
We've seen against Sheffield United, they conceded a goal because he passes it along the line. We can't have that. Like, unfortunately, these players can't rely on the left foot. So it's important to have a left foot that opens that side of the pitch, bro, because it opens up a whole side where we can attack them.
It's similar to in this day and age, you can't have a right-footed left back. It's not going to work.
But I just don't know why we have a Russian billionaire. He didn't take blood samples of Drogba, Terry, Lampard, Ashley Cole, Peter Cech, Michael Essien, Claude Makélélé, Ricardo Carvalho, Branislav Ivanovic, and clone them. I just don't understand why he didn't do that. You know,
that'd be amazing. Have another Czech, another Drogba, another Lampard.
I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, I don't think we're ever gonna get that kind of team again. Because Makélélé was the best out of his position. John Terry was the best out of his position. Drogba was Drogba. And that's it.
Sorry, Hassan. Marshall, what are you erring about?
2 seconds, guys. I've just got to do something quickly.
What are you erring about?
Look,
I was just saying that.
I agree. There's not going to be another call like Terry, Lampard, and Drogba, right? But, and I said this when Lampard was in, and I'm holding to my word. In 5 years from now, because of the foundation he set, I feel that there is potential for Havertz, Mount, and who else would you put in there? Maybe Cho to be that call.
Okay.
I think there's potential.
Do you know what I thought you were erring about? Because he said Makélélé, and I thought you were going to create one of the
No, I'm saying that for Friday.
I'm just kidding. Have a go at the master of the 5-yard pass. Okay, in any direction.
No.
I had the remove from stream button ready to kick you off. Okay, and ban you permanently. Sorry, Hassan. What were you saying, mate?
I was going to say no player in the world has ever had a position named after them, so we have to respect Makélélé, bro. The Makélélé role, it was done by him, bro. This is how it got introduced, so you can't disrespect it.
But I feel like give it time. When they reach their prime, they have potential to be that call. Like I have a feeling Havertz is gonna blow up. He's gonna be a significant force in the league, and I feel the same way about Mount, and I feel the same way about Cho.
Go on, Hassan.
100%.
I was gonna say about we could do an unpopular opinion about Kante being either as good as Makélélé or if not better than Makélélé in terms of ball distribution, but I don't know.
Hassan, can I ask you a question? Are you on the side of Kante being better than Makélélé?
No.
Oh, okay. Then you can stay on as well.
You know what, Andrew? If we're gonna
but that could be an unpopular opinion, though. Like in terms of debate.
No, do you know what though? Also, I know other teams have done it, but I would like to do a stream where we have our ultimate fan. You know, I think if we just stick to the Roman Abramovich era of the actual players 1 to 11. Because it would be fascinating to see who would get in it. Yeah, definitely.
I got a question for Abdi.
Yeah, go on, mate.
In the Roman era, who's your favorite player you ever watched or anything like? Mine was Petr Cech. And that's just my one because I love Petr Cech.
Interesting ones.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one is obviously a generic one. Listen, I'm not that young, but Hazard, I'd say Hazard.
Yeah.
Me, at his prime, I love Joe Cole, man. Joe Cole was.
Yeah.
Yo, I was gonna say Joe Cole is a very underrated player.
Do you know what the urban myth about Joe Cole is at Chelsea? That Jose Mourinho ruined him. Do you know that? No, yeah, exactly. Because if they actually properly look back in that first season Jose came, very similar thing. Jose sort of questioned Joe Cole's commitment and something like that. But by the end of that season, because Robin and Duff were injured all the time, he was starting. And then in the next season, I mean, everyone knows that thing he did to Rio Ferdinand when we won 3-0. And remember, he was playing so well that he was when you're an England fan, he was our left. We thought we solved our left-hand side problem because we played Joe Cole there. So that's the urban myth with them. What about anyone else?
Can I say my top five?
Can you do 2? Can you do 2?
Oh, it's so difficult. Because
we'll do a top 5 on another stream. Yeah,
I've just got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm younger than everyone here.
Really? We hadn't noticed.
So, I'd say Lampard as one of them, and then the other one, I have to go with Fabregas.
I can understand that.
No one mentioning Ramirez.
Ramirez,
very underrated. Very underrated.
Ramirez is very underrated.
Never forget 2012. Never forget.
By Chelsea fans, he's very underrated.
Ramirez, yeah.
I love.
He's very disrespected, actually, by Chelsea fans. Very disrespected.
Drogba,
he was.
I'll tell you mine, and this
I loved Mata too. I loved Mata.
I'll tell you mine, and this man, if he hadn't had so many injuries, he'd be regarded as one of the best midfielders ever, and that's the bison himself, Michael Essien, man. That guy. Now, when people say what's my favorite formation, it's the 4-3-3, but that midfield of Essien, Makelele, and Lampard is for me, and I haven't seen. I know I'm biased, but for me, that is the perfect demonstration of how a 4-3-3 is supposed to go. You've got Makelele sitting, you've got Essien being the box-to-box, and you've got Lampard being the last-minute goal scorer. Absolutely superb. But he got so many injuries, man. And we were robbed. We were robbed, man. We were robbed of him. Yeah, go ahead, mate.
I was gonna say that also to the Essien bit, Zidane also rated him as well. He also rated Makelele and called him the engine of Real Madrid. I don't know the exact quote, but I'm paraphrasing it. He said, "What's the point painting a car gold when you've taken the engine out of the Real Madrid squad?"
Let me just say, when I think we signed him for about, I think it was 16 million. When we
That's
signed him for. But that's when I knew we were serious about doing something. When you sign Makelele away from Real Madrid, and basically, let's face it, Chelsea weren't anything. They were a cup team. They were going to Champions League. They weren't anything. But that's when I thought, okay, we're gonna try and do something. And then of course Crespo followed, and I went, okay, now I know we're trying to do something.
I see this comment down here talking about Mata. Can I just talk about Mata? You know, when it comes to Mata, what makes me so angry about Mata is the fact that he got replaced with Oscar. Now I know Oscar is the type of player that everyone remembers his good moments, but I remember remember watching him consistently. And he is today's version of, let's say, I'd say Ross Barkley, but a lot more technical.
Everyone remembers him better than he is. Everyone remembers him as a better player than he was.
Yeah, and I think replacing Mata with Oscar was a crime, man. Because Mata and Hazard had that relationship from so young, so young, yeah. When Hazard was 22, 23, they could have developed that through the years, man. We could
And
have had a Drogba and Lampard.
Also,
I'll
with
go one more question. I'll go one more
also-
question for you guys.
Yeah.
I was going to say that Oscar is willing to return to Chelsea. Would you guys take him back?
No.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
But talk about Oscar. Do you guys? To me, I remember this game very well. Is Oscar versus Juventus?
Yeah.
His
yeah,
goals and everything.
That's what people
Yeah.
remember. They remember the game against Juventus. They remember that QPR goal. Do you remember in 14-15?
Yeah.
remember
He had some
that.
good goals.
Yeah.
I think that.
But that's the thing.
no,
we remember
that-
moments, not his career. That's the thing with Oscar.
Exactly.
It's all moments. It's
What was
not-
the,
Gave us good money.
Yeah, I guess.
what was the yeah. I think we're going to end pretty soon because we're coming up 3 hours now.
Well done, guys. Well done, man.
Mhm.
Good effort, man.
But we definitely, I know we can do these streams. I know Kai's all right with doing the streams. If he's not available, we can always do these other streams as well. But Mata, what was the only thing about Mata is Jose Mourinho got rid of him and he went to Man United and started playing him all the time. But Mata's the closest thing to Zola that I've seen.
I'd say Hazard, you know.
What, Zola and Hazard?
Yeah.
I don't watch Zola really because
That's the ability
I'm
that
not
is-
live anyway.
Guys, I
man.
got another unpopular opinion about
Hang on. Let me just say something about Zola. Signed him in November '96, right? And that's when you could sign players up until like March. There was no window.
Yeah.
He won the Player of the Year with less than 6 months in the Premier League. His goal against Man United when he jinked around and everyone thought he was going to put it in the far corner and puts it in the near. And that if anyone's ever seen it, the Wimbledon semi-final goal in the FA Cup where he drags it back, it's at Highbury. The defender just continues to go
Isn't
that
when
way.
he's gone to Jamie Carragher? Have you seen
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or in his last season, where the Everton goalkeeper was coming out at Stamford Bridge and he lobs him, he's near the corner flag with the outside of his boot, and it goes in. I mean, this is how much he was loved. Roman Abramovich. First of all, I think the rumor is he tried to buy him out of his contract, the Italian club he was going to, but Zola was an honourable man. And then I think he inquired about buying that Italian club so they could just loan Zola back.
Oh
That's
my
how much
God.
he was loved. That man, now, I know he didn't win, he wasn't part of the league winning team or anything, but that man, he deserves, if they're building
Andrew,
statues or anything, he deserves a statue for me.
You say that, but
I
the
was
FA Cup
gonna
in
add to it.
97, the FA
Yeah,
Cup in
go on,
97, that's a big trophy, man, for us.
Yeah, it's
'cause
massive. 25
and
years.
That trophy with Dennis
25
White,
years.
it's a massive trophy. So, and he was part of that. So don't get twisted. There's still iconic moments when it comes
Oh,
to
yeah,
Zola.
well, Cup Winners' Cup, winning goal,
Yeah,
comes
I was
on as
gonna-
first winner.
Yeah.
Go on, Hassan, you had another one, did you, or was it real Chris?
I was going to say an unpopular
No, no,
opinion
mate.
because I remember Prime did it once, and I said that unpopular opinion, Zola's better than Hazard. That's what I came up with.
Do you know what? Keep that. You can keep that when we do
I don't
that.
know.
You can,
Like,
Yeah.
no one respond to that. No one respond to that.
Honestly, yeah. So for Friday, guys on the chat, guys in this channel, if you have any unpopular opinions, what did we say? Tweet Will or tweet,
tweet
the Twitter,
Wait, Andrew,
and we'll try to get you on beforehand.
Is there
Yeah.
any chance, Andrew, you could like share your screen and show the Twitter to show people what it is?
See.
Wait, do you two both have Twitter then? At the bottom right and left?
Sorry?
Two people. I forgot your
You got my
names.
name or
there.
something?
Marcel and Slenzo.
No, I don't have a Twitter. I don't have
okay.
a Twitter. But I mean, that's what I mean, guys. If you have an unpopular opinion, go to the No Filter Twitter, and we'll
put it
have
in the
like
chat.
a post for it or something. And then I don't know. You'll see how it's set up, and then submit your questions there, and then we'll try to have you on for the show.
What we
I
want
think
to
what
do
we
is-
Be ready to
What
defend your
is-
opinion.
I think what we got to do is we've got to make sure it doesn't, like, one subject doesn't go that long, and you know what I mean. We're not repeating ourselves.
and we've
you
got
know,
to
you know,
a set number of people on. We can't just because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be sort of like you guys in the chat can come on, but it's going to be like a closed panel on the day. If you get what I mean.
yeah.
So as in, if you message the KH account on Twitter and DM the if you want to come on and your unpopular opinion. How many people are we going to have on there, Andrew?
I think if Kai's available, it'll be us 4, and then, like I say, like 2 others, 1 other, or we'll rotate that other person.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
How many opinions are you allowed? Is it
That's
just
the
one or
thing. I
just
don't
one?
want it.
I think let's keep it 1 per person.
Yeah, one per person.
Yeah,
and
just to keep it. And then if you have another one, come back next week. And
Because
like we said, we're doing this over and over.
What we'll do
Guys, before you do, make sure you follow the Twitter. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe and follow.
Yep.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah,
and I'll make sure
that way you don't miss out.
I'll make sure to put everyone's Twitter and if they want to, their Instagram in there if they want to follow as well.
Don't put my Instagram in there. That's
okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah. Yeah. So we'll do that probably around the same time, 8:30. Like I say, we're not doing what we've decided on this channel. We don't do previews of there because everyone does previews.
Yeah, we just do unfiltered talks, and if people ask us what the score is going to be, we'll just say that.
Exactly. What we will do though is we'll see how it goes. We might do shows that maybe only have 2 of us on, or 3 of us on, or all 4 of us on, and then others on like Slen, Sasan, Chris, stuff like that. Charlotte, everyone, CFCRS, and Kazi, Johnny, Blue. That'd be something. I might just let them off one day. One day when we run out of things, and just go, "Hey, what do you guys?"
You just got to put them in the cage.
And if let's say for example, let's say for example, if people want to come on but we can't quite get you on, what we'll do is I'll save your name, I'll save your account, and you can be like first on the show next week instead of
like a first come first serve thing essentially.
Yep.
We'll make a list. We'll make a list and go, okay, well, this is you this week. You haven't got to it. But also, what we decided is, I think a set of 6 on a panel is the right number. Anything more than that, people are over. We've
seen a lot of panels become too congested. Yeah,
exactly right. And what we can do is rotate. Well, if we rotate, it doesn't mean we'll kick you out of the studio. We might just put you in the background and bring you back, stuff like that. Or like you say, we might. I don't know if Marshall will are up for it. We might do some of these. Just maybe we'll advertise it, but maybe just some impromptu things. Like the top 5 Chelsea players of all time. Stuff like that. Player versus player.
We got ideas for you guys.
Yeah. What you can do. Why don't you send us ideas that you think we haven't said and that no other channels doing? Let's try and make ourselves a bit unique on that.
I'll go on.
Okay.
I was gonna say debunk like any kind of football myths because I don't really see.
Oh, football urban legends.
Hassan,
like any kind of.
You can't say it on air, but people
say it on air, mate.
I see CFCRS. He ran away with it, man. Starting his own channel now.
But yeah, what I will say is, sorry about the first part of the video. I was totally
Lampard, man. Lampard tried to shut us down.
It was the Mountabators.
No, it was just in general here in Mount over Pogba.
That was it was Johnny's sensation.
Wait, who said Mount over Pogba?
Well, we're going to find out Friday. So,
yeah, you'll find out on Friday.
So I think
guys,
that might be the first one. But
for sure, comment down below and let us know what you want to see too. So we definitely read the comments. We definitely take in your opinions and all that stuff.
But let's do what I was doing. We should do this. Shout out your socials. Let's start with Hassan.
Obviously, you can find me on Twitter at unnamed Recker, and you'll see me out and about on other people's streams, and obviously this one on a Friday, and yeah, that's it really.
I didn't mean to remove myself.
Real Chris.
People can find me at Twitter making videos or just making fake rumors up or something like that.
I was about to say,
shout out to Chris.
Real Chris is a sneaky bugger. He'll act like he's all kind, and then he plants these fake rumors like Kai wants Rice in the Chelsea team and all that.
Zuma with Will.
Yes. Slen, shout out yours, mate.
yeah, it's just as you see here, man. Lens talks on Twitter, man. Just talk a lot of shit, a lot of unpopular opinions, and you know.
Listen, what you're going to see on this channel is these guys are going to be on it a lot more as well when we have these debates. You know, they are
We're
good
gonna have
Chelsea
more shows
voices
as well.
More shows. You know, they
More
can always come to us with a show if they want to do it. We will support them. But you know, you're going to see them.
Sorry, Andrew. Thank you to everyone for getting the Twitter account 200 followers. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and also, Marshall, you want to shout out any socials? Or?
Yeah, if you guys want to follow more of my content, I have Twitch, which is right down below, Marshall DBDX. I'm soon gonna have my own YouTube channel with some highlights. I'm a variety streamer, so I like to play different types of games. And yeah, if you wanna follow my music, it's available on all streaming platforms. It's called Back Pocket Alimony. So we just released a new song. Check it out. Let us know if you like it. We also are available on Instagram and all that stuff. So yeah.
Do you know what's a test of naming a band?
What?
If you need to shout it out like you're in a stadium, so you need the answer to go, coming onto the stage, Back Pocket Alimony. See if it lands like that. Or so, for instance, I can't go, welcome onto the stage, Pocket Fluff. Doesn't work.
Yeah,
so stuff like that. So you know,
I'm so glad my band's not named Pocket Fluff.
I've just realised that should have been something off stream. Go ahead, Will. Will, socials, mate.
Everyone knows where I'm at, really. So I don't need to shameless. Well, not everyone knows where I'm at, but I don't need to shamelessly plug my Twitter. Just go follow the KH No Filter account.
Yes, like I said, we might start putting out polls on that one. You know, like for instance, the shows what you want to start with first, or something like that. Yes, and I am the Winter Surfer. Yes, I'm keeping that name. I'm fine with it, but first name's Andrew. You can find me just on Twitter. I am on Instagram, but I'm under something else. But I'm not really doing anything with Instagram, so there's no point really doing that. I'll be around. We are really trying to boost these channels, get us to 1,000 subs, so we can do more things on this channel. Also support this community as well.
If you could share the stream,
share the stream. But you know, this is a community. You know, we're going to build this community. It's a tough time. If you disagree with each other, just debate them. That's all you need to do, or just walk away. But thank you very much for coming to part 2 of this stream, and I'm going to do Kai's thing. Don't do drugs. Have a good day.